This is the 2011-2017 Honda Odyssey. Before we get started, let me give a quick shout out to Mia Max Automotive for letting us use the car. They are a used car dealer here in Toronto. Check out the link in description for their entire inventory. Now let's go ahead and get started. Open the driver's side door. Right there by the driver's left side foot, that's the primary hood release lever. Pull it. Now in front of the vehicle, right on top of the Honda emblem there, one of the arms for the H like that. That's a secondary hood release lever. Push it right with one finger. When it's pushed right, raise the hood. Once the hood is raised, this requires a prop rod to stay in place. Get the prop rod out of place, put it in the hood in the slot with the arrow marking it, just like that. The hood's gonna come down a little bit and now it's secured in place. That's good. Now once the hood is open, that's the engine, and the way to check it is from that orange dipstick. You sort of have to like bend down. That's the dipstick for the oil level, and that cap that is there to fill up the engine oil. Now let's go ahead and get a better view from the side over here. You will need a piece of rag to check the oil level. Grab the dipstick and just pull it straight out. It comes right out like that. Wipe the oil off it and then we'll go ahead and get a fresh reading. Also just remember that when you do check the oil level, the car has to be on level ground. It cannot be on a slope, not on an incline, because then you'll get a false reading. And also the engine is warm because once the engine warms up, the oil expands, so you want to get a correct reading. So the engine should be hot. Now let's get a closer look at the dipstick. As you can see, there are two markings on it. The left side one is for the minimum mark, right side is for the maximum mark. The oil level should be between minimum and maximum in that pattern section where there's like a grooves on the metal on the dipstick. Yeah, the oil should be in that zone. Put the dipstick in all the way, then we'll pull out and get a fresh reading, and hopefully it's between minimum and maximum. If it's not, I'll show you how to add oil in this. You can see it's right above minimum, below maximum, so it's perfect. We do not need to add any oil, we don't need to take off any oil. We are good in this case. Below minimum means there's not enough oil. Above maximum there's way too much oil, and too much oil also causes a whole lot of issues, and you don't want any of that. In this case we're good. We'll put the dipstick back in all the way. Make sure it goes in all the way. Like see, right now it's not. I'm gonna push it and now it's good. Okay, in order to check the oil, you gotta come on over to the side. That cap over there says it on it 0W20. That's the type of oil you need to put. 0W20. The container should also say that on it. If you cannot find 0W20, then you can put 5W20. Instead of putting 0W, put 5W. That is okay, but the 20 part should be matching. Also, when you're topping off the oil, you don't want to overfill it, so put some oil in, check the dipstick, put some more in, check the dipstick, and do it a couple times to make sure you do not overfill. Twist the cap left and it comes right off. Now you will need a funnel to top off the oil. It is kind of annoying that you have to have a funnel to top off the oil because there's no other way to do it. If you try to just pour oil in directly without the funnel, you end up spilling it all over the place and create a mess, and it's just annoying. Now put the cap back on, twist it right, tighten it, and you're all set. In order to close the hood, push on the hood, get the prop rod out of the slot like that, put it back in its place, lower the hood, and then slam it shut.